Okay, we need to talk about Lindsay Lohan versus Take-Two Interactive because this case is honestly becoming more and more relevant, especially with how easy it is to recreate somebody's likeness with AI. So, a little background, this case centers on Grand Theft Auto 5, the massively popular video game produced by Take-Two Interactive. In 2014, Lohan sued Take-Two, claiming that her likeness was portrayed in the game and its promotional materials without her consent. She pointed specifically to a character named Lacey Jonas, who appeared in a paparazzi chase storyline, as well as two promotional images that she argued resembled her. Her claim falls under privacy law, specifically misappropriation of likeness, which protects against using someone's identity for commercial purposes without permission. So, the key question on appeal, and I'm going to use the court's wording here, is the primary questions on this appeal are whether an avatar may constitute a portrait. And if so, whether the images are recognizable as plaintiff. So, in simpler terms, can a digital character legally count as a portrait? And if it can, is it actually recognizable as Lindsay Lohan? So this case is based on the New York Civil Rights Law sections 50 and 51. It says that you cannot use a living person's name, portrait, or picture for advertising or trade purposes without their written consent. And for a claim like this to succeed, four elements have to be met: use of a person's name, portrait, picture, or voice for advertising or trade without consent and within the state of New York. So here's where the court's reasoning gets really important. First, they actually agree with Lohan on a very major point, that a computer generated image may constitute a portrait. So that means that avatars and digital characters can fall under privacy laws. But that's only one step. The key test here is recognizability. In other words, would an average person look at this character and say, "That's Lindsay Lohan"? And the court said no. They said that these images are not recognizable as the plaintiff. Because of that, the claim fails right there. The court doesn't even need to fully analyze things like consent or commercial use because it's not identifiable as her. So there's no legal violation. The court also was emphasizing that these laws are interpreted narrowly because they're trying to balance two things: protecting someone's identity, but also protecting creative expression under the First Amendment. So the final ruling is that the court dismissed Lohan's claims, holding that while an avatar can legally qualify as a portrait, the images in this case were not recognizable as Lindsay Lohan. And this is where this case becomes really relevant today. When this case was decided, we were dealing with video game graphics that were somewhat realistic, but still limited. Now, with how popularized AI is, it's becoming incredibly easy to recreate somebody's face, voice, and overall likeness with a much higher level of accuracy. So even though Lohan lost, the court's recognition that a digital avatar can count as a portrait is a huge deal, because going forward, the question isn't going to be digital likeness being protected. We already know that it can. The real question is, how close is too close before it legally becomes you? And that's something that's only going to become more important for artists, influencers, and anyone who's building a public identity. So let me know what you think.